Hello there, friends. So on this video I would like to reroute my channel. Instead of focusing just for angelic work, instead of focusing just the angels, I want to call this channel a new name. For it's called Not Ordinary Human, because I've not always been a normal person. I always someone that can see, feel, hear spirits. So anyhow, so that would be the name of this channel. This video is a little hard for me because my father just died yesterday, but that also inspired me to start doing this video to show you people that you're not alone experiencing things that not ordinary people experiences. You hear things that people can't hear, you see things that normal people can't see, or any other experiences that you experience that normal people can't experience. So that's why I'm calling this channel now Not Ordinary Human. And if you want to hear more about my experiences, because this channel will be all about my experiences from childhood until to now, and in the future it's going to be all about my extraordinary experiences with spirits, with angels, with God, and all those things that's in the invisible realm. So the title of this video is The Soul's Transitioning to the Next Life. This video is particularly dedicated to my father that just left. So when a soul is going to process, I didn't know this before, but I was watching the whole process of my father. So even though we're far away from each other, I still was very tuning in with him. Everything there, I was so very active to listen and figure out what's going on. So apparently when soul is going to go, even if they're still healthy, they're still alive, they're still in great shape, our soul knows when we're going to go. So what my father did that time, I had a concussion, so I was out of social media for a while, and then when I can, the stroke of my father, or heart attack of my father, was the news that I received. But before that, before going back to social media, my father came to me at dawn, through my husband's face. He literally replaced my husband's face. It turned into his face, facing sideways to me. I was facing my husband, and then my husband actually looking into the ceiling, and the side of his face turned as my father facing sideways to me too. Basically, we're face to face. So when that happened, I was staring at my father's face, and I knew that it was my husband next to me, right? So I was staring at my father's face, and my father just opened his eyes and closed his eyes. And that was something. And then I knew I need to call him, that again, before going back to social media. So I need to call him. So on that morning, I thought like, no, you know what, I'll just be fine. I think he's fine, because I can tune in, and I tuned in, and he was fine. So what I did is that I just talked to my husband about it, what happened to his face and stuff like that. And then my husband told me that you need to call your father. And I know messages. I know messages from the other realm when it comes. So I knew that time, like me putting off the calling, because I was afraid of my concussion then, to come back with all these things. If you have a concussion, you know what I mean, to be away from, electronics. But anyhow, my husband said, you call him. So right after when he said that, I went ahead, called my father. I'm like, oh hey, I'm so glad you're fine. You're fine. Before that, I couldn't get a hold of him 3 times, so they're starting to panic. But eventually, he answered, and he said, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm aching, all this stuff, but I'm fine. I'm fine." So we had a nice conversation. That was our last conversation. So we had a nice conversation, and he said we're gonna see each other next year and all that stuff because we plan of going home. But anyway, so we had a nice conversation. We really did, and I'm so glad I did call him. So after that, 3 days, 3 days after me calling him, he had a stroke, and he was facing sideways, can't talk anymore, and barely open his eyes. So that's exactly what I saw on that dawn in the face, through the face of my husband. So that was the first transition, that our soul will show up to loved one, showing, like, a premonition, you call it premonition, whatever, whatever that would be. But they will show themselves to us. If you experience this, I would love to hear it from you too. Just so I know that I'm not alone. And just also that you're not alone, because I experienced this too. So I would like to hear that in the comment below. And I'd like to know about what other people experiences with these extraordinary experiences that normal people can't experience, right? So that was the first transition. And then the second time that I know that he's transitioning is that he had this whole month of accepting, recovering, forgiveness, and all that kind of stuff that they do. Because apparently, when our soul is going to leave the body, we are going to sort everything out first. People that we were hurt, people that we had fought with, and all that kind of stuff, all those things, we will sort that out, because we were wondering, my siblings, oh my God, why Papa is suffering so much? It's been a month already. But we realized that I have personally had to completely forgive him for everything that they have done. My father is a very, very hard person, really very, very hard. But anyway, so I had to completely forgive him for things that he have done, and all of us siblings had to completely forgive him. And when probably he finally received the forgiveness, that's when he let go. That's when he let go. We're going to talk about the last breath first. So the next transition is when he had that last breath. So that's what my experience is before. So I'd like to hear from you how you experiences with your loved one when they're about to leave you. I would like to hear from you. Is as part of my comfort, and also part of your comfort if you're still having a hard time to accept that your loved one left you. We will still go through the process, right? So anyway, I would love to hear that from you in the comment below, to give you love and an expression of love, and also for me, my expression, your expression to me as my comfort, because we have no idea that just expressing ourselves, just saying things, good words or prayers or however that would be, it heals us, help us heal, help us move on into this life. So the next process of my papa is the last breath, the last breathing, when your loved one's starting to so that's the body, breathing their last breath. I realized, so when that would happen, my brother said, like, he's having a hard time breathing now. And then, we as a human being naturally can sense things, because back then when my father is still ill, and I would ask my sister, like, what do you think of Papa? Will he because I constantly tune in to him. but I want to ask for like what they think about the papa's process. And she would say, like, no, I don't think so. He's gonna go yet, but he's close, but he's not gonna go yet. It's just like giving birth, like how long you're gonna be giving, gonna give birth that baby, and the people around you would just see the change in you that you're about to give birth. And apparently, it's the same thing when your loved one is going to go. My sister just said he's having a hard time right now. I think he's gonna go today. So, you have that sense of knowing. So, anyway, my father is starting to have last breath. I told my father that don't worry, when our loved one, especially my mother, showed up to you, all you need to do is come to her because she's going to guide you to heaven. Our angels and mama particularly is going to guide you to heaven. Don't be attached to anything in this world anymore. Leave your body because your body is suffering right now, and it's too painful to see your loved one suffering like that. So I told him, like, because I just kind of like know this because I'm if you don't know me yet, this is your first time to see me. I'm always someone that can hear spirits, can hear angels, can hear the other realm entities speaking. So apparently that's how we're going. That's why our loved one appear to us when we're dying, because they're the ones that's going to guide us to the light, to heaven. So I told Papa, I walk him through, I kind of walk him through to, like, when you see Mama, because Mama will show up when it's your time, okay? When it's your time, Mama will show up. Come to her. She'll guide you the way. So we're talking, and then eventually cut the call. He turned off the phone. And I believe the reason, why that happened is he doesn't want me to see him with his last breath. And I think he also wants a peaceful, because all this electronics, talking through messenger, I think he wants the peaceful passing. So he cut that off, and then in less than 10 minutes when the call turned off, my sister messaged me that Papa left already. And I was crying, and it was so painful. I know we expected this to happen, but it was still painful to know that he did. And as a person that knows entities, that knows and feel energies of other entities, spirits, as I like walking the soul through the passing. So even if my father just left, because the soul won't leave right away. So I told my sister, like, I'd like to see Papa. I like to see Papa, and this is the last process. Well, this is my personal process. I'm pretty sure we have a lot of different processes for the soul. This is my experiences, and I want to share it with you guys because I want you to know that you're not alone, and I want you to know that the things that you hear, the feelings that you felt were normal, and it was just meant for you to feel and hear it. Okay, so when my sister turned the camera on and showed me Papa, I said, Papa, pass in peace, and I know that you're gonna be in good condition right now. Mama's gonna be there. With a smile, he said, I won't be a burden for you anymore. And that was really beautiful and a sense of relief. He also gave me that, and that was the last sensation that I felt. So we go through the process. We loved one will just, oh my God, his face was so peaceful, and that he's not anymore connected, and he's not anymore attached to the world, because he's very in peace. And you see a lot of people that also died sad, or like have this weird expression in the face, because maybe they have still things that they want to sort, but just couldn't. And we were just happy, my family, because my siblings were there taking care of him. And I think that's what makes him so peaceful. And I prayed for him, and I blessed him with his passing, and I asked God for his guidance for my papa. So I want to know and ask you if what your experience is with your loved one. I know it's so painful, and I'm still going through pain here and there. I burst in tears remembering him, especially knowing that I don't have him anymore to talk to. Anyway, so what's your experiences? What's your experiences? And I'd like to hear from you all the extraordinary things that you feel and sense. And if you are someone that sense something, know that you're not alone. Okay, you hear things, know that you're not alone. I hear a lot of things, I sense a lot of things. People don't even understand. I don't even understand until we get there. Just like when I saw Papa's face at that dawn, I don't totally understand what it was. And then now it comes back all to get all things pieced together, and I understood why it happened. So partly our souls knows when we're going to leave, and we want to make sure to reach out to our loved one. So if you want to hear more about my experiences, my extraordinary experiences, my not normal experiences as a human being in this world, don't forget to subscribe on my channel. And I'm so sorry for my notions and all of this, because like again, I'm grieving right now, but I really have that sense that I need to make this video, because I know to the bottom of my heart that I'm not alone. And I want all of us that are like me, if you are like me, I want us to be in this community, to be in this channel, so we can express ourselves, me sharing my own experiences, and maybe you can comment, you can let me know what your experiences as well with the invisible beings. So I love you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.